Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, friends. It is I, the Arcane Pengu, and today I will be showcasing some zombie gameplay, which I have dubbed Victor Von Doom King and Friends. If you know, you know. Onto the main deck here, we have two copies of Spectral Sword, one Shinobi Necro, one Uni Zombie, triple Ash, triple Mizuki, double Solitaire, triple Gozuki, triple Necro Banshee, triple copies of Squire, one Jiangshi Desperado, one Doom King, one Algo Mazera, triple copies of Imseti, one Dwarmatef, Happy, Keb, Foolish Burial, triple copies of Zombie World, one Walls of the Imperial Iron, sorry, one Walls of the Imperial Tomb, triple copy of King Sarcophagus, and double Call by the Grave. Onto the extra deck, we're running one Immortal Dragon, one Shiranui Shogun Saga, one Skeletal Dragon Felgrand, one XL Synchro Stardust Dragon, one Shiranui Sun Saga, one Baron de Fleur, one Red Eye Zombie Dragon, Despater, Hope Harbinger, the Zombie Vampire, double Vampire Sucker, IP Masquerena, SP Little Knight, and lastly Appaloosa Above the Goddess. As you've noticed, I am not running any Maxi because Maxi is for losers. I'm kidding. I just seem to have kept bricking on Maxi, so I decided to just cut it out completely, which gave me more space to run cards such as the Keb, Dwarmatef, and Happy in my Horus engine. The Horus engine here plays a particular role in facilitating our plays by just dumping things like Necro Banshee and or our Mizuki or Gozuki to then further those plays. Funny enough, this deck actually has very good matchups into most of the meta right now because of Zombie World. It is essentially a floodgate, and I have thoroughly enjoyed absolutely destroying one Flunderies player today. It was hilarious. I activated this card, they summoned their monster, and they sat there in confusion. It was very funny. Anyways, Doom King Baldrick is also Baldrich, I believe that's the name, is also just very good at messing with your opponent's play. Some decks are more synchro oriented, for example, Tenpai Dragon. Of course, Zombie World hurts them, but you could always just force their issue during the battle phase when they activate effects can negate it with Doom King, or just banish their monster in general when they attempt to activate the effect. It's pretty funny when that happens. Also, a very good standout card for me when I recorded and just played the game was actually Shiranui Sun Saga. This card is a lot better than I thought it was. I mean, the popping effect is awesome, but what really just surprised me completely was the protection effect. The fact that it applies to all zombies, and with your zombie world on the field, it protects things like your Baron and or your IP Masquerena from being attacked and beating over. So you can just absolutely protect your cards with the zombie world or the Sun Saga. Plus, Sun Saga actually just absolutely prevents your opponent from having a good combat step, especially when there's an Algo Mazera in the graveyard. And also, there's nothing better than just using Sun Saga to protect your board, then banishing a Squire to then draw a card, maybe a card like Ash Blossom. There was actually one game where I actually got attacked into. They attacked my IP Masquerena. I used Sun Saga to protect it. I then banished the Squire. Then I drew an Ash to then stop their play during main phase 2, which was awesome. So basically, this card just really surprised me in its protection effect, and it really is a very underrated Shiranui card. Funny enough, I never got a chance to actually use Shogun Saga. Well, at least properly. I just summon it sometimes to just have a big beater on the board. But most of the time, what you want to do is summon this card, maybe banish a card like Jiangshi and or Algo Mazera to then activate their effects, and then in tandem also boosting this card's attack, but I just never got the chance to do that. Anyways, thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get into the first game. Alright, going first, we opened the Uni Zombie, Ash Blossom, Necro Banshee, Imseti, and Dwarmatef. We will start things off by activating the Imseti to pitch our Necro Banshee to the graveyard to hopefully add our copy of Sarcophagus and drawing one card. Alright. Our opponent does not seem to have any interaction so far. We will then continue to activate our Sarcophagus, pitching the Dwarmatef for Happy. We will then actually summon the Happy first to check for a Bestial, just in case they do have one. This way we bait them into using it on our Seti, which we have a copy of in our hand anyways. Our opponent seems to have an Imperm. That is a little problematic. We will try to bait out the Imperm by normal summoning Umi Zombie instead. And activating the effect of a new zombie. Hopefully this works. It's a Veiler. Either way, we dodged that. That's good for us. I believe checking for an imperm still does us a favor here, so we will actually do that instead. We will first and foremost start things off by activating our Necro Banshee. See what our opponent does. Priority is no longer being held, so maybe they do not have the imperm, but we will check with this. We will summon the sucker and summon the Happy from Grave, triggering the sucker because it is a zombie that came from the graveyard. We'll draw a card, that is a sarcophagus. Not exactly what we want to see, but it happens. We will then summon the Imseti. Then we will activate the King Sarcophagus, pitching the Imseti. To then send the Keb, our last summon. We will then make Zombie Vampire. In an attempt to activate the effect, attaching the Imseti. Moving 4. Okay, so they are in fact playing Kashtira. That is very good to know. We will special summon from our graveyard. Ooh, wow, that is absurdly strong. That is disgustingly strong. We will kick things off by activating the Janshi Sprado to send to our graveyard a Mizuki. Yeah, that was very good for us here. And that couldn't have asked for a better card there. We will then activate the effect of Mizuki here to target our level 2 tuner, summoning it to the field. We will then make an XL Synchro. Yes, we will make an XL Synchro. Activate the effect of XL Synchro, target our Shinobi Necro, summon it to the field. We have a few options here. I do believe we are at a better advantage if we just summon the Baron instead. That way we can at least play around some kind of board clear, so we will do that instead. There is an argument for, oh wait, we can't even do that. I was thinking of making Dissipator, but I forget that we have the zombie world on the field. So yeah, our only option is to summon Baron. There is an argument for Red Eyes in case they have a call by, but if they do have the call by, that is somewhat fine. You can get that card back, or we can just play without Doom King. It's not too difficult to play without Dr. Doom, so it's not a big deal. We will then target their effect Veiler and summon it in defense. We will also summon the Kev and make an IP. Actually, we could also just make a Appaloosa here. I believe that's the better play. Yes, that is the better play. We could hold for a draw, but we could hold for a draw here. So we could actually make IP instead, then hold for when we summon the Doom King drawing card. Hopefully it's max C, but I believe we're better off just making the Appo instead. Yes, counting as 2 materials. I believe Ash is enough. We don't need to draw any more cards than we have to. Pass the turn. Once again, like I said, there's a possibility of a call by, but that is why we at least set them back to some degree. Okay, no call by. We will summon our Dr. Doom King. Alright, and with that, we are firmly in the driver's seat here. Our opponent is playing Kashtira, so they have to at the very least switch this to attack and attack into our Appaloosa to even have some form of common ground. That is strangely fine. I don't see a reason to negate that. In fact, if anything, all I see is a reason to just banish this. It is a zombie after all, so we will not even negate that effect, we will just banish it, and that's gone now. What did we lose? We lost the zombie world, solitaire, which is very, very important. That is indeed, let me just read Baron real quick. When, while card or effect is activated. Okay, there is the possibility. There's the possibility of them opening another copy of the birth, but that's fine. We will let that. We will negate and destroy the birth regardless. I believe they have a Theosis in the opener, trying to get. Yep, there it is. They might also have an evenly, but I'm okay with an evenly here. Oh, no evenly, perfect. We will ash that for now. I don't see a reason why we shouldn't ash that. Oh, you know what? We should have held actually for the Theosis that they definitely have in hand. That's a misplay. That's on me. I'm okay with that effect. I have nothing in my deck that I mind being banished at this point. Yeah, we'll still have a second copy. We'll still have one more copy of Zombie World in the deck if they banish it, so it's fine. Ooh, they banished Spectral Sword. Okay, this person knows how zombies work, because that's a very good call, but either way, yeah, they're still stuck. Alright, with that they concede, and on to the next duel. Alright, going first, we opened the Shiranui Spectral Sword, Mizuki, Happy, Called by the Grave, and Walls the Imperial Tomb. We will activate the walls. Our opponent seems to have the Maxi in their 60 card deck. Must be nice. We are going to attempt to activate the King Sarcophagus here to add the Imseti. And shuffle back our Spectral Sword. We are then going to attempt to activate the Imseti here, pitching our Mizuki to the grave to draw 2. Let me to add and draw 1, sorry. Yeah, our opponent is really holding the Maxi. Ooh, that was phenomenal. That was great. We needed that. Yeah, we're going to then call by here. Our opponent does not seem to have an Ash, so it's good for us. Unfortunately, we don't really have another zombie in the opener, so we are in a bit of a bind, but we will start things off by activating the King Sark here, pitching the Happy to the grave, to then pitch the Dwarmatef. We will summon Dwarmatef first, and this way to bait any Bestial plays they might have. They are playing 60 cards. They do not seem to have a Bestial. We will then summon the Imseti instead. I think we will hold off on the Gozuki for now, in case we do mill a Gozuki of our own to then banish, and then maybe a zombie as well. So we're trying to gamba here and hope we mill 2 zombies, including a Gozuki, to kind of pop off. A Gozuki and Spirato would go crazy actually, but ooh, okay. Our opponent is playing Centurion. All right. 1 for 1 in Centurion. Oh, they're playing the Centurion Horus slash what's it called, Naturia deck. That deck has been very popular as of late. This is kind of funny. We do just get a free level 2 here if we do this, but we kind of need the Spectral Sword for our follow-up plays here. So there's a chance of running into a Niv here, so I believe we should play accordingly, just in case. So we will summon the Happy. That is our 5th summon. Right, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. It's our 5th summon. They don't seem to have the... they do not seem to have the negate for the sorry, they do not seem to have the nib. It's good for us. We will then summon the Baron. We already have a Mizuki engraved, but I do believe we should, at the very least, activate Gozuki. Gozuki effect to send, at the very least, a Necro expansion first. Yes, that's correct. We are out of summons at the current moment. We will then Mizuki, targeting our Spectral Sword. We will then make the Immortal Dragon. Immortal Dragon effect to send our Dr. Doom King to the grave. And with that, we will then make a Vampire Sucker. There is an argument to actually just make an IP to hold for SP. And you know what? We will do just that, just in case. Can never be too careful. We will then Necro Banshee, activating our one of two left in the next zombie world, and we will pass the turn here and hopefully be best. Our opponent only has 5 cards to work with. We do have some removal. Let's see if our opponent got lucky and drew not only Max C in their 60 card opener, but also Call By. It doesn't seem like they did so far. That's very good for us. We do get to draw the Doom King here. Okay, so now we have an Omni Negate, a Monster on Field Negate, and Banish, and we have an SP Little Knight play. Interesting. Well, if this is targeting our... Well, I guess we have to activate this regardless. Yeah. We don't have a choice here. That was really unfortunate that our opponent just stopped at that. And the Imperial, the King Sarcophagus here. Well, we will just chain the SP. I'm sorry, the IP to make SP. Yeah, that was unfortunate. So our opponent had Maxi, Sinful Spoils, and Sarcophagus in the opener. That's unfortunate. Lucky for us, we had Call By in the opener. It's a fairly good hand, so maybe that's enough. Alright, it was. There's the concession. Alright, on to the next duel. Going first, we've opened the Ash Blossom, Mizuki, Gozuki, Squire, and the Gold Sarcophagus. We will kick things off by activating the Gold Sarcophagus and checking for priority. So far, so good. We will then pitch the Mizuki to attempt to pitch probably a Dwarmatev here. We have to make a decision here and act on it. Do we wish to hold our Ash for their turn? Or do we wish to full greed our way in here and discard Ash? That way we can get maximum value off Gozuki's effect. But I don't see a way we get away with using Gozuki here. So I guess actually we could actually always just pitch Gozuki to the King Sarcophagus here. And then just summon it back with the Mizuki, so never mind. Almost missed a line there. We're going to then summon the Happy, checking for Imperm, no priority there. We're going to then summon the Dwarmatev. Now there's always the chance our opponent is toggling off here, but I refuse to believe anyone in Diamond has that level of IQ, but you never know. We're going to then fire off the Zombie Vampire here. Attaching the Happy. Rolling 4, it is indeed Yubel. Unsure as to whether or not sending the Spirit of Yubel is a good thing or not, but we will find out. We did happily hit an Seti, which is pretty good for us here. We have a few lines now. I believe our best course of action would be to make an SP Little Knight first to get rid of the Spirit of Yubel. Trying to see if there's a way I could I don't see the line just yet. So for now we will just summon the SP Little Knight. To banish the Spirit of Yubel. We will then summon our Seti. So we've summoned Dwarmatef, Happy, and Seti. Could pitch to then attempt to summon or Keb, but I believe there's no need. Just getting our summons out of the way before we commit to this Squire here. I'm going to then use the Squire effect to summon the Spectral Sword. Now we do still need to send the level 4 to the grave. So for now we will start things off by activating the Immortal Dragon effect to then send our Doom King to the graveyard. We will then Mizuki to target our... There are a lot of lines we can take here, but I believe Gozuki is the safest line. We will then activate Gozuki to then pitch the Necrolord Banshee. Afterwards, we will then Synchro Summon for a Red-Eye Zombie Dragon. In defense, trying to play around the Lightning Storm as we can here. We're going to then, I believe, hopefully not get blown out of the water by a Lightning Storm or Feather Duster. Yeah, we just have to play in hopes that that does not happen here. But the Zombie World does give us a little bit of breathing room here, so we will use Necro Advantage effect to activate Zombie World. Then we will pass the turn. I'm sure there was a better way I could play that, but I just could not find the line. Zombies are just not my strong suit, frankly. I wish I could do a little bit better here, but I tried the Mayakashi variant, it just did not work out. Ooh, this is a call by. This is indeed a call by. Seems our opponent is not going to commit to it because we do have the red eyes on the field, so it would have been wasted. Now, since this is a zombie, our opponent is going to have to struggle a bit here. We're going to Ash that first. I see no reason in giving them advantage if they have a second copy of Spirit of Rebel in the hand. Plus, once again, Call By does nothing because we have the Red Eye Zombie on the field, so this is fine. We will then chain Red Eye Zombie to target our own Ash Blossom to summon it. Dodging the Call By. Alright, hopefully that's enough. There is the possibility of playing into a Tactic Talents, but that is a-okay. Okay, that's unfortunate. Yeah, they can only use that effect once. That's unfortunate. I'm pretty sure that is the worst possible scenario for our opponent, and since everything's a zombie, they cannot make Phantom of Yubel because it requires fiends. Oh, they can use the cards in their hand, of course, but that is fine. Ooh. Opening up the spirit gates. Well, now that that's happened, we will just activate the effective SP Low Knight to target our SP, and there you go. Okay, it fell for our play here. We will then activate Doom King here to negate that. Yeah, we had no desire to stop this card from resolving. We just wanted to bait out the Yubel, and now they only have one more Yubel left. Alright, and with that, they concede.